to the start-finish line. Looks like everybody's happy. Green one. The racetrack will be a little bit damp for the first outing. And skipping into the race lead is Alex Sweeney's got the tail hanging out. Can he pull it around? Yes, he does. And then we've got car 9 in trouble. Joel's got it. No one touched him, but he's back on the racetrack. And running him down is Casey O'Connell, who seems to get the drive right up high on the racetrack. Keep it off the concrete, boy. As they go round the western corner, again, Alex Sweeney overdoes things. The tail of the car comes around. Front wheel drive. Difficult to get it lined up again, but that allows Casey O'Connell into the race lead. He hangs the tail. Drifting up towards the concrete. Manages to hold it all together. We go back to a whole group of cars, and Joel Berkeley, after that spin, has got himself back into position number 3 in front of Caitlin Story now. And have a look at Joel Berkeley motoring. Don't hang. Oh, I put the curse on him. He spins it in front of the slow of cars. Let's hope he can get out of harm's way. Tried to come down very quickly onto the race line. Didn't work. Back behind Dakota is Jordan Cunningham looking for an outside pass. It's not going to come to him. Nick Moncrief is in there as well. As they head towards the main straightaway, Casey O'Connell's home and hosed. Alex Sweeney coming under a bit of pressure at the end from Casey Collins. Alex Sweeney second. Casey Collins third. Good drive from Dakota Laverty into fourth.
Junior Burgers and hammer down. Matty McGee gets a good start. And Shillett is down the back straight for the first time. Ben Holmes on the outside. Simon Walker is up into position 3. Artie Jonick is behind him. So those two will be the ones to keep an eye on. Simon Walker from Kingaroy in second position. Switches back, he's switching inside, outside. Bryce Lack has come from the clouds in the Downs Tinting and Signs, number 27. Simon Walker on the outside of Matty McGee. These are junior sedans, folks. Have a look at them. Wheel up the pace in heat race number 2. Oh, Matty McGee and Simon Walker, a little contact. Artie Jonick's gone. Artie Jonick into the back of Walker. Big contact there. Bryce Lack squeezes up on the inside. Artie Jonick gets past Simon Walker. He was definitely had his hands full in that exchange. Unusual to see that kind of contact from those. Matty McGee, your race leader. Artie Jonick on the outside and takes over the lead. And the Jonick Motors number 1 will win heat race number 2.
Race start. Caitlin Field on the outside. Then a lot of angry cars behind. And one of those getting a good start was Matty McGee. On the inside is Joel Berkeley. They're chasing Simon Walker as they head down the back chute for the first time and into the western corner. Into the shade of the trees. Doesn't do any good when you're standing on the infield here. We'll wait till they come out of the sun's rays. It's Simon Walker. Matty McGee down the inside. Thank you very much, she says. Matty's just about got it in front if she can keep it heading in the right direction. Simon Walker on the outside, side by side. Matty McGee down on the inside. Simon Walker on the outside. Still side by side as they go underneath the control tower. Next one through there is Joel Berkeley, and getting up is Mitchell Parmenter to try and get involved in this little scrap as well. These three careering away. Matty McGee doing a great job. Out the front, Simon Walker still chasing hard. Matty's in trouble. The thing has virtually stopped. Heading down the back straight away, has opened up a bit of a lead. Back then to Joel Berkeley, a change for position number 3 as Mitchell Parmenter hangs the tail out just too far. That allows Ben Holmes to sneak through underneath. Joel Berkeley is close enough if good enough. Watch the car 9 as they go round the western corner. He is right on the hammer. The white flag out, 1 to go. Back in third place is still Ben Holmes, along with Mitchell Parmenter will stay at the race leader. Simon Walker for the final time in this heat. In the western corner he goes. Joel Berkeley having a look underneath. They've got a lap car in the road, and that will assist Simon Walker to take the win. Joel Berkeley not too far away. We're off and racing, and on the outside Casey Collins gets the better of the jump. Bryce Lack gets it mobile now. Coming down the inside is Dakota Laverty. On the outside in 44 is Kip Barron, and threading the eye of the needle down the middle was Artie Jonick as Dakota Laverty. Can he pull that one off? No. Bryce gets about halfway up the racetrack and holds on to position number 2. Coming down the inside of him in car number 48, it's Casey O'Connell, who moves up on the inside of Artie Jonick. He's on the outside of Dakota Laverty as they go round the western corner. These four are going to settle down to fight out this heat of juniors. Back we go to Kip Barron would be the next one. In front of Bryce Lack, trying to get himself off the back of the field. Outside of him is Mason Parmenter and then Jordan Cunningham. Have a look at our race leader. Casey Collins got it heading in the right direction this time. Underneath the control tower, can't be too many laps remaining. Goes to the outside of Bethy Mendez. One hanging the tail just a little bit was Casey O'Connell. That allowed the two cars behind him to swoop on him. Casey Collins is in trouble. Casey O'Connell into the outside. Dakota Laverty down the inside. Artie Jonick down the middle of them. One lap remaining. Casey Collins, can he hold on? Artie Jonick's back there in 2. Dakota Laverty now 3. And Casey O'Connell has found himself right back in position 4. Down the main straightaway for the final time. And Casey Collins hangs on. And Caitlin Story, go, we're racing. The light goes green. Mason Parmenter on the outside can't go the initial pace of Artie Jonick, and he skips into the race lead. Dakota Laverty in hot pursuit. Around the outside it's Joel Berkeley, but down on the inside of the whole lot of them was Ben Holmes. Holmes holds on just as Bryce Lack arrives on the scene, so big battle here for position number 3. At the moment Ben Holmes holds on to that. Bryce Lack is in the mix, Joel Berkeley and Casey Collins. So all 4 and chasing them is Matty McGee, trying to get up involved in this little scrap, as well as is Caitlin Story. Right now they're all chasing Artie Jonick. From Ben Holmes. Holmes on the outside, Joel Berkeley down on the inside as Bryce Lack goes up into position number 2 at the expense of Dakota Laverty, moving underneath her as they went past the pit gate. Down the main straightaway they go, and Dakota Laverty fights back on the outside. She's not going to give this one away without a fight. Tucked in there behind. Great battle. Jonick coming up to take the checkered, and an easy win for him, finding their way to the front. Lights go green, and down on the inside Kip Barron wants to argue the point with Ellie Peacock, and in fact has won that little battle as they go down the back straight for the first time. Nick Moncrief wants to get involved a little bit as well, but Ellie Peacock on the outside will inherit the race lead as they put one lap down. And who's coming? Casey O'Connell down the inside, straight into the race lead as they complete one of those 8 laps. Then we go back to a pack of cars headed by Kip Barron, but slipping down the inside of him is Zach Pascoe, and Pascoe goes up to position number 4. We might have a change for third placing as Mitchell Parmenter is down on the inside of Nick Moncrief. They're arguing the point down the main straightaway, and in fact Mitchell Parmenter does get up. Simon Walker still charging at the end. He's going to run out of race distance, and a good win to Casey O'Connell. Simon Walker in for position number 3 was Mitchell Parmenter in front of Nick Moncrief. Junior feature time. Artie Jonick versus Simon Walker. Casey O'Connell. Casey Collins down the inside of Dakota Laverty as they settle down the back chute for the first time. One up high on the racetrack is Mitchell Parmenter, looking for a way right around the outside. Can he do it? He's pulled up level with Dakota Laverty. They got a lap down in the event as Artie Jonick settles down. One in going past very quickly, car 24. That's Shea Barron. And now they've caught up with Bethany, race leader. Simon Walker, Artie Jonick, Casey Collins, Casey O'Connor, Dakota Laverty. They're all in there. Bryce Lack to the better of Ben Holmes. One coming around the outside is Joel Berkeley, going very, very fast indeed. Getting offline a little was Simon Walker as he went around one of the slower cars. And that's all that Artie Jonick needed, is underneath the control tower. Puts another lap down, and Casey Collins is right on his hammer. Artie Jonick, Casey Collins, Simon Walker. Here comes Casey Collins. Artie shuts the door. You're not going through there. He's got 2 or 3 cars now between himself. Gets himself caught up high on the racetrack. Jordan Cunningham wants to argue the point. Has a lapped car. He has to let him go. Here comes Casey Collins around the outside. Chasing hard still is Simon Walker to the better of Casey O'Connell. Have a look at Joel Berkeley. He's right in this mix as well. Back then a long way to Bryce Lack and Maddie McGee getting her way underneath Mitchell Parmenter. So trying to get into this mix as well. Casey Collins is hanging on to him. Won't let him get away. They go underneath Alex Sweeney. We got a problem. Just coming on to the back straightaway. Okay, lights out, green one off and running. Have a look at Casey Collins down the inside. Artie Jonick on the outside. Casey Collins, can he do it? Down on the inside, he's got Artie Jonick trying to get him up towards the fence. They go round one of the slower cars. Joel Berkeley would be the next one. Then we go to Casey O'Connell. Then Dakota Laverty in the mix, as is Bryce Lack. And in there with them is Mitchell Parmenter. We go back to the race lead. And he skipped away, but here comes Casey Collins again. A little touch. They take the white flag. Brilliant racing from the juniors. Round the western corner. Artie Jonick, Casey Collins, Joel Berkeley. Down the main straight for the last time. Checkered flag time. Artie Jonick, Casey Collins, Joel Berkeley, Dakota Laverty, Maddie McGee, Casey O'Connell, Mitchell Parmenter. Next one home would have been Nick Moncrief. What a drive up the front. Artie Jonick versus Casey Collins.